Okay, I think we were in court. We shall continue on. This game is kind of good for me right now because my hand is hurt. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. Okay. So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony? I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. You said the opposite thing. Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left. I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours? He's figured it out. That Maya is hostage or something. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. When I found the body, cross-examination. That glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. Hold it. But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right? Of course not. Then who did you pour it for? Mr. Wright, there is a rhyme and reason for everything. Can you wait just a little longer for it to be revealed to you? In other words, right, be quiet and listen. Precisely. I couldn't have said it better myself. Great. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. So it was a mess. Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Corrida? Objection, right? I understand your frustrations at not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence. Grr. And then, what did you see next, witness? And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. Slumped over. Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looked like he was sleeping. Is it just me, or did that right there sound a little odd? When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. He had blood on him, bro. Then what did cross your mind? I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost a Grand Prix. And then felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap. Anyways, that's what I thought. I see, so you didn't think he was dead at all. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. Hold it. You thought he fainted? I thought he was asleep at first. But then, the room was in such a messy state. I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone. And that's when you went to pour the glass of juice? Yes, he always has a hard time waking up. So Juan always has a glass of tomato juice to drink. I see. And after that, what happened next? That's the final line, right? When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. Hold it. And how did you come to realize that he was, in fact, dead? I shook him over and over, but I never got a response. So I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse. I was shocked and staggered backward and knocked the flower vase over. So that's what happened. Yes. This is what it all comes down to. Huh? This is the absolute end for both sides, and Adrian is letting her guard down. Phoenix, now is our best chance yet to kill the prosecution's case. Isn't that a bit harsh? Miss Andrews, will you tell us the truth this time? No, I gotta get it out of her. Take a look at the photo. He had a knife and like blood all over him and shit. What do you mean he wasn't dead? He wasn't dead. Look at this photo. That guy has a knife sticking out of him. Lady? What do you mean he wasn't dead? So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body? Ah! But what is the meaning of this? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There is a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Corrida's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that the here was a dead man. Well, you see, I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted and then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink. Your point is, Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. Broker glasses again. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly. That you are the real killer. Oh. No. Is she fully broken now? I think I fully broke her. Looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt on guard, is not guilty after all. But that's impossible. You're wrong. Miss Andrews, try to have some composure. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt. I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan. But you were the one who refused to testify. And your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself. That's because... Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you? It still may not be her. Right, she had the card that the freaking kidnapper had. So the kidnapper might be the one who killed Matt on guard. Who knows? I refuse to testify. Okay. Go to jail. Do not pass go. Then there is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt on guard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated. Is it over? Have we found the truth at last? What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt on guard. Not... Objection! I object, he objects. Your Honor. The prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time. Well, what? The reason is quite simple. He is not the real murderer. This witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth. So that's what he's about now. The absolute real truth. What are you? So he wants to find out the truth. That's all. Witness, don't you understand yet? Huh? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt on guard will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party. The That's the lie. I don't believe you. What? I was told if I spoke then it would be all over and Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it? No, did freaking Franziska tell you that? I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Franziska von Karma. Yep. Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another. Because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. Then, right now, Miss Andrews is... Yesterday she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss Von Karma. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Matt on guard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now and is clinging on to them. Then what should we do? This is the first time I have ever come across anything like this. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get her not guilty. That is my only priority. It wasn't me. I am begging you. Please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help. Please. Someone. Help me. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? The court can't continue on like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do. What I intend to do? Well, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? I don't know, man. I know we gotta save, though. Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime. Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except the woman crying over there, right? Come now, what will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix, right? I mean, I want her to testify. Yeah. I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. Miss Andrews, I would like to know what you are really hiding. Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you are doing? Sure, Mr. On guard would get an acquittal, but in his place, you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end? Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me. That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defensive theory is the truth. You're wrong. Hmm. No, no, no. What a shame. Oh, I had hoped things wouldn't come to this. However, what is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court. Stop. Mr. Edgeworth? This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. Oh. What? And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past. Stop. Please stop. No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here. Ah, that's the second part of the suicide report, the attempted suicide report. What will you do now, witness? You know what I am about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews. The secret of a dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world. Please stop. I beg you. If people find out, I'll... He doesn't care. If you are going to say you would choose death, that is no concern to me. Oh. Edgeworth, how can you be so cold? However, before you die, I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips. No matter what I have to do. Oh. So, will you tell the court yourself or shall I? Either is fine with me. Oh, I'll talk, but please, help me. Oh, nothing matters anymore. Witness testimony. My crime. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. Okay, as I thought. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume. Inconvenience? Come on. Stabbed the body with the knife, but why would you do that? Isn't it obvious to pin the blame on a certain person? A certain cowardly man. Well, what do you mean by all of this? It might take this court a little while to understand, but this is the truth. The real killer is Matt. That scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time. Last time? Yeah. So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim Juan Corrida in the chest with the knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder. And this is her crime. Still bad, but not as bad. Well, what? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer? Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination. Let's do it. Someone else did it. It's got to be the butler now. Cross-examination, my crime. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. Honest? But you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say you did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck. But that scarf is part of the Jammin Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice. Okay. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Hold it. What is this plan you had? I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because Juan, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. What did he have on Matt? So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button. So wait, so you were helping him so much and you hate Matt like last time you're saying. So was Matt the reason her mentor committed suicide as well? So that's why she was helping the victim pin it on Matt? The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. Okay. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. That was so you could get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. Okay. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. Hold it. So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife. Gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used a button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect. So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and plant it in Mr. Angard's hakama. Give me a second. Alright, whatever. So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Angard's hakama. Yes, that's what I had planned to do, and you did it. But things never go that smoothly, do they? Why? I had a bit of an inconvenience, right? What was this inconvenience? An inconvenience? There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. Okay, great. Okay. I understand. I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lotta. There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. Hello, old bag. That's Miss Old Bag for you. I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once. So I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. I see. And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume. Hold it. You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you? Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there. What was the big secret? And what is this secret? That I don't know. Come on. Anyway, I thought if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume. I think we've heard enough. So after that, you went back to Mr. On Guard's room and planted the button. Into Matt's hakama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it. My word, what does all this mean? Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt and Guard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Franziska, huh? She said that I should, under no circumstances, confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words. No one says anything. What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer. Wait, Your Honor. The defense still objects. Right. No. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything. Yep. Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright. But no. Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning. Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately. That is all. Court is adjourned for today. That's bad, but she escaped, right? Why is everyone gone? Only we are there. Oh, Gabby, he's sad, obviously. Today's trial, it's over, but like Maya escaped, right? And I didn't win an acquittal. Witness, would you mind if I ask you something? Edgeworth, what is it? Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remember just now. I found this in the room on that day. Okay, in the murder room? The room. That day. Yes. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It's his calling card, the kidnapper's card. It was lying there right next to him. You found that card next to the victim's body? I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right? It does. Yeah, I guess not. But it's still a strange card if you ask me. Okay, he doesn't know that Maya also found that card. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why. Hold it. Witness, that card. Give it to me. Hurry. Oh. Edgeworth? Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This, I can't believe you hid it from me all this time. She was holding it in her ram hand. I didn't mean to. But what is this all about? I've never seen Edgeworth so emotional before. He knows about it? That card, what in the world is it and what does it mean? To be continued. Okay, that's great. Thank you, clicking cliffhanger. Okay, give me a second. Alright. Overriding save and then let's go. Straight back to the office. What's the card, bro? March 22nd, 5:24 p.m. Wright and Co. Law Offices. Mystic Maya, sniffle, sniffle. Yeah, she ran away. It's fine. There, Pearls. I can't take it anymore, man. Chill. Oh, give me a second. Alright, finally. Look, everything it'll be alright, it'll work out. Yeah, Maya escaped anyway, that's fine. Hmm? The condition was that we had to get a not guilty verdict. And so far, the kidnapper has kept his word and hasn't hurt Maya. And he won't because Mr. On Guard hasn't been given a guilty sentence yet. He also said we'll do it in one day, right? But yeah. Enough sniffle, sniffle. Gear up, we don't have time to stand around crying. We have to get going. You're right. Maya is in much more pain than I am. Yes, that's right. So, hey, you guys, glad I caught you, pal. Mr. Scruffy Detective. Wait. Oh boy, looks like Detective Gumshoe has been dubbed Mr. Scruffy Detective in Pearl's book now. Oh, he's not detective anymore. God, wow, that's very bad for him. It's just plain old Mr. Dick Gumshoe now, and I came to talk to you, pal. but we're kind of busy right now. It's probably about Maya, right? Hey, it's wilting a little. What the hell? I'll give it some delicious water, pal. Ah, it's okay. I already did that. The watering can. Where are you, Mr. Watering Can Gumshoe? What the hell? Did he just call the watering can Mister? Apparently people do that. There is a giant building just outside the window. It's the Gatewater Hotel, a high-class luxury hotel. Actually, the crime happened at the recently completed hotel in the center of town. The Gatewater Imperial Hotel. Just how far are they going to expand their empire? All thanks to me, they should be giving me something. This is the Nickel Samurai, right? Yeah, that's right. Mr. Nick. Please take care of Mystic Maya and be her Nickel Samurai, alright? Sure. Difficult looking legal books stand in a formidable row. They mock me. Oh, do you need to look something up in one of these law books, Mr. Nick? Which book is it? Which book do you need? I can't read those hard books and I can't reach them either. But I can read and I'm tall, pal. Please stop competing with an 8-year-old. It's disturbing. Okay. My desk. Since I don't have time to sit, it's unusually clean. Oh, I cleaned it up for you even more. I cleaned it up even more for you last night. But I can get it even more cleaner, pal. Do you want a job? I think he wants a job. Ah, that's for the toilet. What a mess, literally. Okay, great. Send to you my attorney's badge. Look, it's my attorney's badge. Oh, it's a little tarnished, don't you think, pal? Tarnished? Don't worry, I'll make it all sparkly shiny again. I'm really touched. Good. Tama, could you please take a look at this? I can't think of anything to say about this, pal. But why don't I make us some instant noodles instead? Yeah, because his entire diet is instant noodles now, because he has no money. That's okay, really. Little Samurai. Yeah. Instant noodles, press conference. Okay, the radio transceiver. Have you heard anything from the kidnapper? No, not yet. I thought you would have heard something. I'm sure once he hears what happened at the trial today, he'll call, pal. But remember, you can't provoke him when you get to talk to him. Yeah, he does have Maya. Although she ran away, where the hell is she? Tell guide map. They always say partial. I don't know why it's always partial. How about the wine glass? How about the crime photo? What about the Jammin' Ninja's button? When I saw that button, I thought to myself, this is gonna prove Mr. On Guard's guilty. But it looks like there was a lot more to it than I thought, huh, pal? You're a pro. You should know better than to say something like that. Well, I'm not a cop anymore, just a regular helper around the office now, so... I wonder if he misses working down at the precinct. Can I pay him? I could pay him. He helped me quite a bit. Especially in, like, if you remember the first case, the one about Mr. Powers, the Steel Samurai case. They were a bunch of gangsters. He freaking arrested them all. Who would have thought that this knife Mr. Ungard used to eat his dinner steak with? Go on. That it would be stabbed into the victim's body by Miss Andrews of all people. I guess she just hated the victim that much, huh, pal? The question isn't why she hated the victim to that extent, but rather why she hated Mr. Ungard. Yeah, why she tried to pin the murder on Mr. Ungard. I wonder if she really hates Mr. Ungard. Maybe she read the suicide note and it mentioned Ungard. Lotta's photo. So this Nickel Samurai was really Miss Andrews, huh? Yeah, this is either when she went to Mr. Ungard's room to get the knife. No, second time. Or when she was done with the foul deed, but I guess we'll never know. She put it on after. She said this. Maya. It'll be okay. You will see her again, little missy. Yeah. It's really important that you don't give up. Oh, okay. I guess a big voice really does give you a sense of presence. I won't give up. Ever. Good. My assistant and a disciple in the Korean tradition of spirit channeling. Maya's cousin, a channeling prodigy with immense spiritual power. Cheer up. You can't give in, missy. Yeah. Hey, I know. Oh great, I'll show you something cool. How's this? It's a real genuine pistol. Great, he doesn't have a pistol though. I don't have my pistol or my police badge anymore. Cheer up, you can't give in. Yeah. What are those two doing? They're cheering each other up. Dick Gumshoe, age 31, detective at the local precinct in charge of the initial investigation. Well, not anymore. People are jealous of my rough, roguishly cool detective look, pal. It's because of this look that I passed the detective's test, you know. Oh. But you know, people can't coast through life on their looks alone, pal. Yeah, you can't count on your looks alone. Wow, I learned something new today. Did you think you could just use your looks to get everything? It goes away, I guess. Franziska von Karma, age 18. A prosecutor in Germany since age 13 as she has come to America to defeat me in court. Is she alright after being shot, I mean? Her wound isn't that bad. Well, the gunshot wound anyway. But the wound to her pride, now that's a different story. Well, the wound to her pride, she missed court, right? Well, until now she's always upheld the von Karma creed. But since she came here, well, you've given her pride quite a beating, pal. Oh. I mean, she may act all grown up, but she's really still just an 18-year-old girl. Yeah. Quite frankly, I worry about her, pal. After she whips everyone, Miles Edgeworth, age 25, a gifted prosecutor. He disappeared suddenly a year ago. That's the first time I've seen that side of Mr. Edgeworth, pal. Forcing people to say what he wants them to during testimony. He wants the truth now. That's his change. I want to know what in the world happened to him all this time he's been gone. He probably went somewhere and freaking meditated or something and like realized, oh, I should not be looking to make people guilty, I should be looking to find out the truth or something, which is correct. Will Powers, age 24, was the Steel Samurai. His face is a bit intimidating, so he's got hard luck in showbiz. Could you please take a look at this? Okay, instant noodles. Not a heart. then Juan Corrida, the victim. I'm not a real fan of action shows or anything, but I know who Juan Corrida and Matt Engarde are. Juan Corrida, though, he was always desperately trying to be better than Matt Engarde. Yeah, and then we have Matt Engarde, age 21. My client, a hotshot star who plays the Nickel Samurai, is rivals with the Jammin Ninja. I can't believe it, Maya getting kidnapped all because of this guy. I mean, what kind of person is the real murderer anyway? Maybe they are a big fan of Mr. Engarde? But the kidnapper's voice sounded like an old man to me. The butler. Security lady. Age unknown. Member of hotel security. I'm pretty sure her real name is Wendy Oldbag. Okay, how about Wendy Oldbag? Adrian Andrews, age 23. Engarde's manager, an intelligent woman who seems to have it all together. My impression of her has totally changed, pal. So where is she right now? Dale? I'm sure she's being questioned down at the precinct. At the very least about messing with the body and obstructing the investigation. And she'll probably be staying over at the detention center. The detention center, huh? Celestine Pax, deceased, was Andrews' mentor and Corrida's manager. Killed herself 2 years ago, and for which I think Matt Engarde was actually to blame. He was Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. Because of the suicide of the mentor she depended on, Adrian Andrews tried to follow her in an attempted suicide. Now the question is, who is Miss Andrews relying on now? Franziska and now I'm guessing Edgeworth? The future. So, what are you going to do from now on? What do you mean, pal? Well, you've been fired, right? So do you have a new job lined up yet? Oh, that! What am I supposed to do now, pal? I don't have anything coming in at all until my next payday. What are you talking about? You don't have another payday. I guess that means I'm just gonna have to work here at your place, pal. I mean, he used to make no money at all, right? He's probably pretty cheap. Just say what? We'll be searching for things that will prove Mr. Engarde's innocence all day, right? You can help? Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm going to help you, pal. I have got lots of experience in investigating and watching over people's places. And I'm great at making really simple meals, pal. I'll take care of it all. Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's let Mr. Scruffy Detective take care of things. Okay. By the way, what's your best dish? Instant noodles, pal. Why am I surrounded by people who only eat cheap, unhealthy foods? Great. Edgeworth. That was the first time I've ever seen Mr. Edgeworth act like that. Never thought he'd say something like he didn't care if Miss Andrews killed herself. He said that? That's horrible. But because of him doing that, we got the truth finally. That's what he cares about now. The truth. Miss Andrews' last testimony. I wonder if that was the truth. I'll give you that there was nothing strange in her testimony itself. But I still think there is something fundamentally wrong with the whole thing. About that thing, pal? Why would she want to? No, I mean almost need to frame a Mr. Unguard. I couldn't figure out. I couldn't figure that out from anything she said all day. Then, then you're saying that testimony was a lie? Not a lie per se. It just feels like there's more here than meets the eye. Or that's what Edgeworth would like us to believe. She probably found the suicide note which mentions Matt Unguard, I'm guessing, or says that he was the reason. That's such a dirty trick. Even that woman prosecutor was better than that. Franziska von Karma. Speaking of Miss Von Karma, do you have any more information on her condition? Wasn't she shot this morning? Yeah, Franziska. Miss Von Karma was shot today on the way to the trial by a pistol pal. But she's going to be fine, right? I mean, Edgeworth said she was in stable condition, but... Well, she was shot in the shoulder, so she's okay and still hanging in there. They should be done taking the bullet out, so she's probably resting at the hospital. Which one? What? Are you going to visit her, pal? No. Well, I was kind of thinking about it. Hey, you've actually got a heart, don't you? Of course I have a heart. She looked like she was being tortured to death, not being able to go to the trial today. So maybe it would be good for her if you went and let her whip you for a bit, pal. Whip me? Come on. Let's go, let her whip us, Mr. Nick. No. Now I'm definitely not going. Let's see. The name of the hospital. Oh yeah, the Hottie Clinic. Oh great, that place. That name sends a chill down my spine. Well, I guess it can't hurt to stop by and say hi. We are actually going there? Wow. Well, first we'll go to the detention center. March 22, detention center visitors room. From what the guard told me, it sounds like along with Mr. On guard, Miss Andrews is also being detained here. Then we should talk with them since we are here. Yeah, but both of them are still in questioning. Wait. And we don't have time to waste. Yeah, visiting hours are almost over. Okay, so there's nothing going on. No clues here. Smile, you're on candid camera. And obviously this is the police station. This guard monitors the visitors room, catching a few Z's while he's standing. Now that's a good way to spend free time. I mean, there's no one in here, so why is he even posted here? March 22nd, Police Station Criminal Affairs Department. Wow, everybody looks really busy with something or another. They are probably strengthening the evidence for tomorrow's trial. Hey, hurry up with that, will ya? Pass that victims list around. You've gotta be kidding. There's over 100 people on here. Mr. Nick? Is Mr. On guard really that big and bad of a criminal? Actually, Pearls, never mind. It sounds like they are working on a different case. There's 100 victims? Probably some kind of scam, right? Not a murder. This must be the chief of detectives here. He's glued to his computer screen. What? Prosecutor Von Karma was shot in front of the courthouse? Who did it? Who shot her? That's your job to find out. I have a sneaking suspicion that even Gumshoe could do this guy's job. He doesn't seem to be doing much, huh? A poster of a female police officer. Wait, no, that's the latest Babes in Uniform calendar. My bad. It's very sexist. Ah, it's kind of cute. Mr. Nick, what is this stuffed animal's name? That's the Blue Badger. It was my idea. I made it. It's this precinct's mascot, you know. Oh, wow. I'll get him assigned mascot of every police station if it's the last thing I do. I hope you succeed in your mission, sir. Yeah, you don't really care. But sure. Hello. That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Very well. Now, why do you want to work for our company? What the hell, interview? Well, that would have to be because I feel I would like to help this company grow. He must be doing image training for corporate interviews. That's not good. He wants to leave his job. These are the detectives' desks. There are computers and files on each one. Funny. They are a lot tidier than I expected. I guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. Yeah, they're working. Let's go to Hottie Clinic, I guess. I don't know. March 22nd, Hottie Clinic, reception. Never thought I'd ever come back to this place. Yeah, you and me both. Yes. Are you here to visit a patient? Ah, hi. Wait a second. You are... yes, I'm Director Hottie. Ho ho. Why are you still here? Yes. What is it? Can I help you? You can tell me. Yes. Director Hottie. Oh, it's Edgeworth. Edgeworth. Yes, I am Director Hottie. Ho ho. Oh, you're the man from this morning. Yes. What is it? Uh-huh. Director, Franziska. How has Franziska won karma? You don't need to worry. Yes. She's in good hands. Because, you see, I am personally taking good care of her. Yes. Yeah, I don't like the sound of that. Yes, and that thing, that surgery, it went well. You have my gratitude. It looks like Edgeworth doesn't know about this director and his secret. She looked so pitiful, absolutely terrified. Yes. But I understand. Yes. Her opponent was a gun after all. And when I snuck up on her real secret, like, she would scream really loud. Yes, what the hell, this creepy. I see. Ah, but she's really cute too. When I do that, she'd whip me with her whip. Boy, did I cry like a baby. Yes. But I think I could get used to it. Ah! Great. Go back to your room. You're so mean. So mean. My frisky friend Friska. Great. But that's good too. Ah! Okay. Yes. It's time for my IV drops. Yes. He's gone. Good. And what are those tulips doing in your hands, Mr. Phoenix Wright? They're for you, lady. Ah, I knew I shouldn't have come here. What's going on? This patient is undergoing rehabilitation. Wasn't that patient standing in the same spot the last time you came to visit? Definitely. doesn't look like they've moved any closer to the reception desk, huh? Is this clinic really doing anything? Is that patient really getting better? Hey, don't just cut into my monologue like that. I'm explaining things here. Ah, sorry. Yes, most sorry. Yes, Yes, game, thank you for the meta commentary. I wonder where that door way down there leads to. Oh, that's the X-ray room. Yes. Haha, how did you know what I was thinking? Yes, well, it's because that's the X-ray room. Yeah. There is something very peculiar about this guy, because I know it's not me. Yeah, apparently everyone can just read my mind. This must be the waiting area. It's got the feeling of one and there are sofas lined up. But I don't see all that many patients. Yes, well, visiting hours are over, that's why. It's time for nightly consultations to begin. Mine, that is. What the hell? Isn't there anyone keeping an eye on this guy? Yeah, you should really lock him up. Or like, so at least do something. This is the clinic reception desk, but it doesn't look like there's anyone at the counter. On the wall is this month's word to the wise. Put your best foot forward. Putting this up at a general clinic like this doesn't really mean much, does it? Yeah, it really doesn't. Alright, I'll save over here. And I will see you in the next one.